Hello everybody, welcome to a chilly afternoon in Tokyo. When the sun's out it's not so cold, but you can see it's now behind the clouds, so it's chilled out a little bit. And that in front of us is the brand newly opened Sony building in Ginza here in Tokyo. They've got a sign out here. I'll be moving around so you get a better look at it, but we're gonna go inside, take a look at this. It's, I don't know, is it somewhat underwhelming? But the Sony building is sort of an institution here in Japan, in Tokyo. It's been around since the post-World War II era. The 1950s, I believe, was the first time it opened. I got some pictures of it, and this is the new version of it for the 21st century. This is the new Sony building. It could have been a lot higher, but it's not. It's just, it is what it is. And yeah, it's interesting to take a look at it. It opened up on January 26th. You can see right there. There's the sign announcing it to the world. We are open for business. But are they? Like, what's inside there actually? I'm a little bit lost and confused of the purpose of the Sony building. I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. But we're gonna find out. How you doing, everybody? Welcome to the intersection here. I'm gonna go across the street in a second, back to where I was. Hopefully the signal is strong here. Now, over the course of the years, the Sony building has really changed. This is what it looked like in 1957. I like the fact that they lay out the history of the Sony building down there. You can see the big Sony sign in neon on the top right there. Ginza having those bright lights. You might recognize this. It looks very familiar to the 1965 hit James Bond film, You Only Live Twice. Kind of the same kind of vibe from the 1950s and the 1960s before the 1964 Olympics in Tokyo. Then they changed the style of the Sony building to this, which is what it was like all the way up to 2018. It really didn't change from the 1960s, and I kind of like it, that boxy design. It really fit into that intersection. You can see the buildings around it had changed, modernized. They got rid of those neon lights. It was less flashy, more practical, I guess you could say. That's what the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and 90s brought in, all the way up to 2018. It's interesting that they did not change the design for the longest time, and now, and in 2021, there was no building. They knocked down that old building, and for the Olympics, they wanted to create something, but when the Olympics were canceled and, you know, that era hit us where nobody could travel here, they created a park, which I think was a lot better than, I want to hear your feedback on this. Maybe this was a lot better than what they have today, which is like this cement contraption here. And now we've got this here. Check it out. We timed it just perfectly. So you get a chance to take a look at it as I'm able to walk across the intersection here. Ginza is over there to the left, and right will take you to Shimbashi. You can kind of pan around crossing the Tsukiyabashi intersection, which is quite famous. There's the highway that leads around Tokyo. So I'm gonna go back to this corner. And we're gonna take you inside of the Sony building right now. And I wanna hear from you if you think that, what are your impressions of it? By the way, you used to really get a nice view from right there, leaning over the intersection. Now it's a restaurant, so the general public can't go to that spot anymore, which is kind of a shame. John loved the old building, very thin, funky. The new one next to Renzo Piano Hermes doesn't generate the same excitement. Graham. Yeah, you're right, Graham. I really don't feel that either. I don't know. You guys let me know. Here's what the layout is like inside the Sony Park. That's what they're calling it right now. You know, the basement, I think B3 here, let me pull up the map. It's interesting because in the basement, this is where the subway is. B2, I think. Or B3 is where B2 is the platform where you have to go down to the subway, but the underground walkway to the subway is on B2. And on B3 down there's a really nice restaurant. I talked with the guy, the manager came out to say hi because he saw me. And he said, yeah, you know, this restaurant's open to everybody. It's not just Sony employees or anything. It's kind of, I don't know, it looks like the future. It's kind of plain, gray, dark colors, very stylish, a lot of corners. It's neat. Go take a look at that. I won't put it in this video, but I think it's something worth it. And then you have the first, second, third, and fourth and fifth floors, and I'm gonna take you up there right now. All right, let's go inside the Sony building from the basement up. Now, there was no signals. I'm going to narrate this as we go through here. There was no signal in a lot of these places, or just too weak to even broadcast. So I brought you these images walking through here for about 5 or 6 minutes. It's an interesting walk. I love the way that, now the ceilings are quite low here, so they can give you this kind of effect of you're walking through a spaceship or something. I think the basement might be the most stunning part of this building. I'm gonna be honest with you. Here is the B2 floor. Now there's some sort of event going on, and these QR codes, everything seems to be run by QR codes. You can reserve spots and enter in through the QR codes, which just uses the camera app. We're gonna go up now to the ground level, and you can see this building is just all cement. It's like that artist apartment building, plain old cement, gray. They do it in panels here so it moves along with the earthquake, because if it was one big cement block, I'm sure it would start to crumble. But I'm sure the engineers, I'd love to know more of the background. There's an event space down there. The background and how this moves in an earthquake, I'm sure the materials that they use, I'm not sure how it would fare if it was any bigger than this. You're gonna see, brutalist style meteorites in here. Thanks, Mel. Yeah, the brutalist style, it takes me back to that old dense, maybe the 21st century style of brutalism, which is a pretty unique style. It's just like a slap in the face. It's like, I am here, I am block. But it's nice coming out of the overhang and the tunnel, and you're into the Tsukiyabashi intersection where we are. Yeah, they have a lot of people taking pictures in front of this sign. I'm sure this is temporary. These colored boxes on the left side there. And then there's a very inviting stairway at Tokyo Plaza building across the street. That's all glass. Glass panels, because that works well in an earthquake, or else they would just make one big solid glass ball, I'm sure. Going up the steps. I don't know. When I go up these architectural buildings, these things where they're planned out, mapped out like this, I try to open up my mind and see if I can feel something from the experience of going up the steps. And it is kind of neat. I'm showing you, this is where we're coming out, by the way. So you got to look to the left here and then see the view from this second floor of the city of Tokyo. It kind of opens up with the third floor above us. There's a reason why they made the design like this. It's kind of closed, but it's also opened up. I kind of like that. You can glimpses of the road and the traffic passing by. That's really interesting. And then there's an elevator to the right side for those. I saw people with baby cars or strollers. A lot of them were there were two people, I should say. Two people were carrying them up to the second floor to get the elevator. So I'm not sure how that works. I'm sure there's an elevator somewhere else. Nice view from the third floor looking down, or second floor looking down at the Tsukiyabashi intersection. Then you start to go into the heart of the building onto the third floor where there's an event space, and you can see they've lit it up with something's going on there. You need a reservation, and I don't think it's interesting enough for me to spend an afternoon inside of there. So I'll let you guys decide, but apparently if you use the QR codes, that's all over the place. You can reserve and get on there, maybe on the website, since everything is now generated on the internet. You can now start to see the sun coming back out again. It was sunny just about 30 minutes ago when I took this. There's the event space down there, and we went up to the top. Another entrance on the fourth floor. I think this is the entrance, and you come out on the third floor. Right there. So that's an event space. Apparently not as popular as I thought it might be, but I don't know. They just opened it up. I'm sure it's gonna get more interesting and more stuff. Here's the, oh, that bus was closed. Here's the top and the roof. And you know what? There was that, you remember that Honda Sony collaboration at the, oh, there I am right there. Mesmerized by the cement. There was this collaboration between Honda and Sony to build a smart car. And the prototype that was, I guess was at CES maybe, or a little bit before. I think CES. Was it last year or this year? I don't know, but that prototype, there's Waco, it's 1 o'clock and the bell was ringing. That car's up here, the prototype. So I thought that was really cool to get a look with my own eyes. So if you're in Tokyo, you can take a look at Sony and Honda's Japanese smart car. I guess it seems like a competitor to Tesla, maybe. I don't know. We're gonna go take a quick look at there. From the roof, it's hard to see down at the intersection. They wanted to, I can understand why they put the weeds there. I guess it's ivy or something. Make it look like it's a green building, you know, for the 21st century. Then it kind of obstructs the view. Be cool to go up even higher if that's possible. But I got a chance to go up on the platform and take a look at the, what's it called? The Afeela. Yeah, because you can feel it. I don't know. Honda's all about mobility. This is like takes you back to the Asimo, and it almost looks like I can see the inspiration of my friend Asimo, who I got to hang out with 12 years ago when I filmed an episode with him. I love the big panel on the back, and look at that LCD, I guess that LCD or OLED screen on the passenger side. So if you're using Google Maps, excuse me, you have a very wide view. You can have like entertainment on the right side and navigation on the left side, or open that all up. They had that futuristic steering wheel, which I'm not sure I like yet. Kind of like you're flying the Rebel planes in the original Star Wars movie. I remember trying to play the video game back in the 1980s. Normal steering wheel might have been easier to get around. It's all screen, writes in Jason. Yep. They should be playing that Boston song, right? Oh, what a feeling. Take you back to the 70s. So we're gonna say goodbye to that. It's nice to be up on the top of the Sony building. Last time I was here was 2021, you know, but it was only 2 floors back then. I think because of the Olympics being changed, their plans on how they made this building changed. Again, going through the cement, I'm maybe a little bit overwhelmed by how much cement that they just used. I don't know, I guess it's kind of neat for the style. This style kind of represents the last 10 years. I've seen a lot of buildings with it over the last 10 years, so it seems kind of old to me. So I'm surprised to see that this is the design that they picked. I don't know. It looks dark, old. Brutalism is, it's a unique, I guess it's unique in its day. I'm not sure if this is a modern take on it. I'm gonna show you from the outside again for those that are joining us here. Make sure you hit the like button. Concrete John, hey now. Graham, I know you mean that in the nicest sense, in terms of I'm unbreakable, but if you're gonna say that, maybe Iron John is better. Stainless steel John. All right, here we go. We're back out onto the street. Sunlight again. I do like the steps that lead up here. It's very inviting. But then, you know, you're invited in and then it feels like you're confined. But it, you know, from the gray of, it looks like a bomb shelter. That's funny. Timothy, nice one. It could be a bomb shelter. I don't know. It's interesting. And that's what it looks like from the outside. It just doesn't seem like it's inviting. I would have thought Sony would have more glass, more TV screens. I would have liked to have seen instead of cement. Maybe that's what they'll do with this skeleton on the outside. Maybe just put a bunch of OLED screens outside and just show the power of digital. But instead they've gone the opposite of digital, and they've got the opposite of nature. Maybe they're gonna be growing like ivy or green plants on the side of it. I'm not sure what they're gonna do. But in the 21st century, everybody's looking for sustainability and that connection with nature. At least that's, you know, I think that's the direction they're going, not so much brutalism. It's a unique choice, but maybe the skeleton will be filled in with plants or green life, because it's called Ginza Sony Park. It doesn't feel like a park. Maybe a skateboard park? Timothy's on a roll here. It looks like a federal prison. Really? I guess so. It's a very inviting federal prison with a stairway inside there. I don't know. Maybe earthquake resistant strategy, perhaps. We're gonna cross the street again. It's kind of neat looking on a walking shot of the city of Tokyo. RoboCop OCP. Detroit, 1980 Detroit of the future. It's a classic movie. I don't know. Leave me a comment. What do you guys think about the Sony building? It's neat to be able to share this as it's just opened. There have been other videos on this, but I don't know. I can't figure out the purpose of it. Oh, hello. What is that?
Not watching you, but it's just walking by.
Oh,
and just
okay.
saying, anyway, here I am. How long in Japan? I'm subscribed.
Thank you. The Tokyo Marathon's starting real soon, and looks like they got the flyers out, the flags out for that, March 2nd, March 2nd. So that's only a couple of weeks away. Sorry about that. You got us right. You can say hi to everybody now. How you doing? Where are you guys from?
Latvia.
Latvia.
I met you once before at Nezu Shrine in 2020 or 2021.
Nezu, yeah. Okay, now you have the glasses on.
Right. I did have glasses on previously as well, but I also had a mask.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
But
Yeah. Did I give you a You Found Me card then, right?
not yet that.
Oh, did I?
The pandemic,
I might have.
You're not carrying them because.
Oh, right, because I said don't come meet me because it's like pandemic, right? There you go. Oh, it's deceptively cold today. I don't know.
But at least sunny. Hey, come on.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow, see you.
Yeah, that's the classic. I still got some of those. Yeah. I'll see you again next time then.
100% Tokyo Marathon, right?
Yeah. Oh, you're running in it.
No, you're just off, right?
Yeah. No, I wish I was. I keep not getting in. I was in the first one, 2007.
I ran last year.
Yeah.
Unless you pay the money, what's it called, the donation thing, right?
Right.
It's brutal.
Yeah, you got to be for charity, if that's even true. There you go.
Anyways, cheers.
Yeah, see you guys later. Oh, very nice. I want to show you where I parked my bicycle to end this live stream. That was nice. I do remember from Nezu Shrine. It's that was a few years ago. Happy birthday in advance. Well, that was very kind of you. Yeah, you know, this is my birthday week. Yesterday I went to an event at the Tokyo Yaesu Midtown. Just over there last night. I got invited from my friend who's working at Shueisha. Boy, I've known her for 17 years. I was working there 17 years ago. I can't believe it. Then she said, you know, there's an event for Sanin area, which is Totori and Shimane. Why don't you come? Because she's originally from Totori Prefecture. I said, okay. So I went out there for dinner, and they gave an amazing presentation from the Tokyo International Players, put on a ghost story event, which is cool. They're actually running that right now. For Tokyo International Players they do live acting and stuff. Very talented group there. I loved it. It was good, and they had sake and stuff. Kind of neat to see the Sanin area. When I was doing stuff for Totori, they didn't have an association. Shimane and Totori didn't like each other. Boy, the Prius is looking more like a Tesla every day. Do you see that? I know there's no signal in where the bicycle is, but I used to park my bicycle here, but then I saw two dudes with giving out tickets, so I said, you know what, I'm not gonna do that. Oh, look, there's a Ginza Information Center here. Oh, hello. Very friendly. They're giving information. She was waving at me, the lady there. That's nice. But I was like, okay, these brand new buildings have to have a place to park your bicycle. And I found out they do. It's inside. It's like, what? Look at that. There's like this little cubby bar. Little bar on the side there. Still too early for them to be in business, I think. Right here. So I parked my bicycle downstairs in the basement in this fashionable elevator. I'm sure there's no signal down there, but it's on the basement third floor. So there you go. It looks like the rain's gonna come. It hasn't really snowed in Tokyo yet. I think we got a little sprinkling one night, but nothing major. So hurry up and snow. There's blue sky over there. Anyways, that's all I wanted to show you today. It's pretty interesting to see what Sony is always doing here. I wanted to hear your thoughts on if you think that the style of the Sony building is any good. What do you think? For me, it's forgettable. It's forgettable. No, it's not. That's not a bad thing, I guess. It's hard to compete, but it doesn't really inspire me. I've seen styles like this before, perhaps. I don't know. All right, everybody, take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Stay warm. I think that's blue sky, right? I see a little bit of blue sky over there. Construction where Tokyo Station is right up there. All right, everybody, see you again. Mata ne.